Hello? Hello? Good afternoon? Come on, say it back to me. Good afternoon. Oh gosh, thank you so much. For that, I'm going to give you lots of giveaways throughout orientation. I'm Lisa Commendatore. I'm the Director of Student Orientation Family Programs, and we have been waiting a long 3 months to have you here. We're extremely excited that we're having in-person orientation and that you're coming and joining our community here in Boston. And so just to give a little bit of a plug of orientation and welcome week before we get started with our first speaker. But I know it's a really exciting time. You're in a brand new city and you're meeting a lot of people and adjusting to your new surroundings. But I can't stress to you enough that this program is in place for your benefit and for your successful transition into the community. And so we really do appreciate in advance that you stay committed and attend all of the sessions that you're supposed to attend. So that means from 1 o'clock until the program ends today, and then again tomorrow from 10 o'clock in the morning until 3:30. I will say throughout that period, we will be giving out some really great giveaways, such as a Northeastern scarf is a really, really nice one. Also through Welcome Week, we have some fanfare for all of the athletic events. We also have Stuff a Husky, which is like Build-A-Bear, but it's Stuff a Husky. And so we do have a lot of really great gifts to show your Northeastern pride. And so please, if that's an incentive, stay with the program. We hope you do. A lot of good information will be passed on to you, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about Welcome Week tomorrow. But for right now, if you could please give a warm Husky welcome to our Dean of Students, Chong Kim Wong.
Wow, we have a full house here today. How many of you are excited to be here? Oh, come on, that's it? How many of you are really excited to be here? A little better. Hopefully we'll get better from here. So first and foremost, I just want to welcome everyone here today. I am very excited to be here with you. My name is Chong Kim Wong, and I serve as the Dean of Students. On behalf of the Northeastern community, President Joseph Aoun, and Senior Vice Chancellor Madeline Estabrook, I want to welcome you to the Northeastern community. We are thrilled to have you here today. As you prepare for your transition this spring, we know emotions are going to run high. Let's face it, we're still in the midst of a global pandemic, and we have experienced various challenges that came with that. But we want you to know that you're not alone, and we are here to support you and provide you with a unique Northeastern experience. Orientation at Northeastern is different. As you likely already know, we don't do things that most universities do or the same way that they do it. The way that we have constructed our orientation is very intentional, and it's designed to make the most positive impact. We want to make sure that the newest members of our community, all of you, start meeting one another right away and making connections. While these days are going to be about sharing knowledge about what to expect, have your questions answered that you might have, but this set of experiences are also focused on planting the seed of engagement and affinity from your new home away from home. At Northeastern, orientation is an evidence-based program that is directly in line with our experiential learning model. We incorporate team building, experiential learning, networking, and engagement opportunities throughout Welcome Week. So please, please, please take advantage of it. As you hear from our staff and our orientation leaders throughout the day, we hope you will begin envisioning your pathway here, which student groups or organizations you're going to be a part of, which majors or minors you might explore, what kinds of co-ops you might want to pursue during your time here, even what dishes you might want to try at the dining hall. We're proud of the university that we are. We're recognized for many things, including our educational model, sustainability practices, career services, to our public art, amazing startup opportunities, and exemplary facilities, all right here in our oasis in the middle of the city. But truly, what I am and what we are most proud of is all of you, our incredibly diverse student body. Here, you will uncover your hidden talent and truths, be it at open mic night, or on co-op, or at a village halfway across the world. Our amazing faculty and staff are here to support you and cheering you on every step of the way, whether it be successes that you encounter or as you weather the storms of life. Thank you so very much for listening. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for following the directions. And please keep in touch. Following us on social media is an easy way for you to know what's going on around campus, any updates that you need to know, and a way for you to stay connected. Now I am so pleased to introduce my colleague, Dr. Richard O'Brien, Director of the John D. O'Brien African American Institute. Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon. Oh man, that's the best y'all got. Good afternoon. All right, that's a little bit better. You know, y'all can't be going to Huskies basketball games or hockey games and yelling and screaming like that. Y'all. Well, good afternoon again. Okay, there you go. As you have heard, my name is Dr. Richard O'Brien. I'm the director of the John D. O'Brien African American Institute. I'm also on the faculty, and I teach in the School of Public Policy and Urban Affairs and the College of Professional Studies. I'm standing in for my boss, Bob Jose, Associate Dean of Culture and Spiritual Life, who sends his well wishes. I'm delighted to be here with you this morning and excited as you all are. My goal is to share some thoughts with you about our diverse and inclusive community here at Northeastern. Engaging our community and the world around you will help you make the most of your time here at Northeastern. So get involved, meet new people, join student organizations, get to know Boston and the area around you. There is so much to gain by actively participating in life here at Northeastern. While you are here, you will be introduced to new ideas, new ways of thinking, different perspectives. But what makes our community special is its inclusive nature. And this is what I would like to speak with you about today. Northeastern is a caring, supportive community, a place where folks look out for each other, support each other, take care of each other, and seek the best for each other. Northeastern is a place of growth and understanding. And why is this important? Because being inclusive always begins from a place of understanding. If we want our campus to be a place where people feel welcomed, wanted, cared about, valued, and a sense of belonging, we must strive for those levels of understanding. This takes time and it takes effort, but it's worth it in the long run. And you know why? Because understanding is the soil in which inclusion and belonging grows. One of the greatest needs of the human heart is to be understood. And it is only as we acknowledge and apply these simple concepts that we can embrace inclusivity. Understanding is a big step toward inclusivity, which in turn gives birth to respect, gives birth to caring, and ultimately appreciation. Because appreciation for all things that make us all different and similar to one another. Being inclusive means that we must seek to understand those things that were meant but not said and respond from that sensitive vantage point. Being inclusive means looking beyond what we can see to the things we can't see. We can't see things like doubts, fears, needs, what angers us and what triggers us, what gives us joy and what gives us happiness. But these things are important aspects of who all of us are. Having said this, doesn't it seem so strange that in seeking to understand others, we focus so much on what we see? This is why I can say that whether you identify as black, white, or brown, whether you identify as gay, straight, trans, or gender nonconforming, whether your hair is pink, purple, green, or if you have art over every square inch of your body, or piercings in obscure places, whether you worship Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, or not at all. What does matter is this. Whatever it is that makes us unique, whatever it is that makes us different, is that those differences are recognized, respected, supported, and affirmed. What matters is that people feel like they matter and feel cared about and feel valued. What matters is that everyone feels like their voice is heard. This is what it means to be an inclusive community. This is what I believe makes our community special. Now, you all, as being Huskies now, this value of inclusivity is now your responsibility. It's your responsibility to nurture, live out, and uphold. It is the apex of our aspiration and expectation as a community, and the place from which everything important about our community grows and proceeds. Because we believe in inclusivity here, we will not tolerate insensitivity, intolerance, or anything else that seeks to harm our community. It means that we celebrate our diversity in all its forms, and that we seek to support, celebrate, and value one another. It means that in our relationships and alliances, we seek breadth and depth, and that we look to advance the good of everyone and the good of all. It means that while we sometimes disagree, discourse on Northeastern's campus is expected to be civil. It means that we identify the needs of others and seek to address them, and in doing so, we seek to do things that have never been done before. So the inclusive nature of Northeastern is a mantle of pride for every Husky. From this moment on, each of you have the responsibility to add to and enhance the mosaic, as we call it, and the collective that we call Northeastern. And as we embrace all that this means, our community will advance with greater benefit to everyone. And finally, my wish is for great success for each of you. Being on both sides of the house in student affairs and on the academic side, I know the struggles that students go through. And we are all here to help you. We are all here to support you, and we are all here to help you be successful. Every journey begins with the first step, the one you are taking today. And we are here to support you along the way and ultimately see you across the finish line of graduation. So once again, I want to say welcome to Northeastern, our community. Thank you. So next up is going to be a panel entitled Welcome Home, Life as a Husky. And you will hear from Residential Life and Housing, the Office of Student Conduct and Conflict Resolution, we endearingly call OSCR, which is its acronym, and the Northeastern University Police Department, also known as NUPD. So let's give them a warm welcome and round of applause for our next guest. Thank you all.
Start it up.
Hi everyone, we'll get started a little early. All right, hello, welcome. My name is Christina Alch. I use she, her pronouns, and I work for Residential Life as an associate director. So I'll be kicking things off for our Welcome Home Life as a Husky presentation. All right, so we'll be talking a little bit more about your transition to university housing. I know at this point you've probably also had a meeting with some of the hall staff to go through your neighborhood and some expectations for living in university housing with us, but we also have your Welcome to the Neighborhood online module, which you should have been sent. That's going to give you more information on any policies, so expectations that we have for you, and then it'll also cover what you can expect from us as well. You'll have your roommate and apartment agreement. Depending on the type of housing that you're living in, the two of them are essentially the same, but just ask a few different questions. So make sure that you're thinking about, now that you're settling in a little bit, what is it that I'm going to need and want out of my housing arrangement with my roommate or roommates? Because that's going to be a really important conversation to get you started, and then also a document you can refer back to throughout the semester if you start to run into conflict or just have questions or things change for you. We know your class schedule can get a little bit different as the semester goes on, so some of your needs might also evolve. Next week, you'll be having a community meeting with your RA. So this is a great opportunity to meet the other residents on your floor, and then also talk about what your expectations are. What are you looking for out of the community, and what sort of actions or behaviors will you be needing to take as a member of the community to support everyone else? Finally, we'll talk a little bit about resources within your community. So first, your resident assistant. So these are peer leaders. They're also students. And they're there to support you, guide you, and share any resources with you, depending on what you're experiencing or what you might need. And then you have your full-time residence directors or an area coordinator. So those are folks who are master's level professional staff and are also resources in the community for you. So stop by their office. I'll show you how to get in contact with them, but they're also there to support you and guide you. All right, so getting to know others and getting involved. So with about 12,000 residents, there's a ton of people to meet and get to know. You'll be having different neighborhood activities. So these are buildings that are in close proximity to the one that you're living in. And this will be where you can find weekly social activities. So if you're wondering what's happening at any given week, there's at least one program happening within your community that you can join. We'll also have some social opportunities, so there's a bunch happening over the next 2 weeks. I know there's a huge set of programming for Welcome Week, and then we're also supplementing that with opportunities for all of our residents, so definitely check those out. And then also we do some opportunities for growth and development. We know living in community with others can be something that you might have to adjust to, so that's where we come in and can help to guide you with that, help you reflect on who you are and who you might want to be here at Northeastern. Look out to have a one-on-one with your resident assistant. I know many of you might be used to this with your from your NUN experience, and so it's also something that we do within residential life. So they'll be reaching out to set something up at some point this semester, usually around February. And then hall council. So if you participated in student government or just want to get more involved, this is a great opportunity to be a part of the community, meet other people, make change. I know one year hall council got super excited about just getting a water bottle filler station in the community. So if you're like, this would be really cool to do, hall council might be your spot. Within security, now that you're living in university housing and among so many other people, you do have a greater responsibility for yourself and for others. So please make sure that you are following our expectations. And my colleagues at Oscar and NUPD will also go into a little bit more detail, but we have our Guide to Residence Hall Living, which is really critical to read through. And then we also enforce the Code of Student Conduct. We have our proctors at front desk, so please make sure that you're handing them your Husky card when you come in and following our guest sign-in policies. All right, here's how to find us. So we're over in Spear, the lower level. which is called Spear Commons. You can find out some more about us by visiting that website. You can call over to the housing customer service line, and then the Housing at Northeastern email address is also there for you. You can get in touch with our community staff by heading to that website. You'll be able to find the email of the folks who are responsible for your community. Alrighty, so now I'm going to pass it off to my colleague at the Office of Student Conduct and Conflict Resolution.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm so excited to be meeting with you all today. My name is Marianne Mitri, and I am one of the Assistant Directors in the Office of Student Conduct and Conflict Resolution, also known as OSCAR. OSCAR really focuses on education and trying to get students to think about who they want to be and where they want to go during their time here at Northeastern. We know you have done so much to get here, so we want to help you along the way. We always try to be fair and consistent in all of our interactions with students. We meet with students to help them think about all the many resources and support that is available for them here at Northeastern, as well as encourage positive decision-making moving forward. Our office's goal and mission is really to educate. Our goal is to encourage good decision-making and to talk with students about the impact of their behavior, not only on themselves, but also on others as well as on the community as a whole. We always talk to students before we make any decisions, provide students the opportunity to really share their perspective before any decisions are made. We want students to be thinking about how they're representing themselves, their families, and the Northeastern community. Our expectations are not just things that we came up with. These policies are in place to give students things to really help them understand what it means to be part of a community and how their actions can impact others. So you are a Husky now. This is your home away from home. And so if something really looks weird, something that just doesn't look right, or if you see someone who's in need of help, we really want you to reach out. So whether that's Res Life or NUPD, please reach out and make sure that everything is okay. It's really important that we look out for one another. So we also say, no Husky alone, a Husky everywhere. So again, always make sure that you look out for one another. So this right here is our lovely student handbook. And so this is your guide. This is your roadmap to the expectations of the university, is what is expected of you as community members and as Huskies joining our family. It's important to note that you are a Husky both on and off campus, on or off breaks. So from the time you're accepted into Northeastern until the time that you graduate, you are a Husky and are held to that code of student conduct regardless of location. So that means if you're home during the summer, when you go on co-op, if you decide to study abroad, you are a Husky and are held to that code of student conduct regardless of location. Also listed here are some of the top challenges that students typically face here at Northeastern. They include alcohol and drugs, academic integrity, and issues around communication and relationships. Noise is by far our #1 violation here at Northeastern. Students are expected to follow the code from the time they're accepted into Northeastern, again, until the time that they graduate. And our policies apply both on and off campus, regardless of location. In regards to alcohol, we do follow Mass state laws, and so 21 is the magic number. So if you're under the age of 21, you cannot possess, consume, or be in the presence of alcohol. And students also can't transport alcohol if they are under the age of 21. Students can hold a bag that contains alcohol, regardless of whether the alcohol is a closed or unopened container. Also, if you're providing underage individuals a space to consume alcohol, or if you're providing anyone under the legal drinking age with alcohol, then you could be responsible for providing. Another concern that we see is the use and possession of fake IDs. We talk to students about the impact that this could have, as having a fake ID could definitely result in you losing your actual license. In regards to drugs, Northeastern does follow federal laws, so drugs, including marijuana, are strictly prohibited here on campus. Distribution of drugs is a much greater consequence, as the potential negative effects to the community is also much greater. Students who have a prescription should speak to the University Health and Counseling Services, and it's also important that students don't share their prescription with others, as the potential consequences of sharing a prescription could be very dangerous. In alcohol or drug-related incidents, one of the resources that we offer students is OPEN. OPEN is the Office of Prevention Education here at Northeastern. They educate students about alcohol and drugs and what that can do to your bodies. And they speak with students in a confidential setting to discuss these matters in more detail. In any alcohol or drug-related emergency, the health and safety of our students is our top priority. And so Northeastern does have a medical amnesty policy. If you see a student in need of medical assistance due to an alcohol or drug-related emergency, if you call on behalf of that student and remain with the student until help arrives, that student will not have to go through our formal conduct process. So they'll still meet with OPEN, which again is the Office of Prevention Education at Northeastern, but they won't have to go through our formal conduct process in regards to the alcohol or drug-related incident. And this is just another way that we look out for one another. And we definitely encourage students to save NEPD's number on their cell phones and also download the Safe Zone app, which I'm sure NEPD will talk to you about in a little bit. Another topic we talk to students about is the importance of civility and respect. We have students from all over the world here coming to campus, and students who have never lived with one another. And so we always want to treat each other fairly and really try hard to respect one another and understand one another. We understand that conflicts can arise during your time here at Northeastern, and this is normal. But if you need any help in navigating those difficult situations, please reach out to either ResLife, our office, or any of the other great resources here on campus that can assist you in navigating those difficulties. And academic integrity. Northeastern University takes the academic integrity policy very seriously. We know you're all so smart, you've done so much to get here, so we want to make sure that the degree that you're earning today has value and has merit. So if you're ever confused about any of your papers or assignments, please reach out to your instructor. We also have great resources here at Northeastern that can assist you with your academics, such as the Snell Library and the Writing Center, but we always encourage the students to do their work on their own and to always give credit when credit is due. So what happens when a violation occurs? Once our office receives a report, we'll review it to determine if an alleged violation occurs. We would then reach out to the student and provide an opportunity to hear their perspective on the incident. We offer resources and support so you don't have to go through it alone. 95% of cases are heard administratively, which is one-on-one between the student and the hearing administrator, which typically is someone in our office or ResLife. These hearings are not going to impact the student's ability to take classes or be part of the community. Typical sanctions are usually a written warning, probation, deferred suspension, and they can also include active sanctions such as a paper, mandated service, or something of that sort. Cases that are more unique or severe in nature go through our formal student conduct board process, where our student conduct board members hear the case. The Student Conduct Board is composed of all students who are recruited and trained by our office to hear cases that are really unique or severe in nature, and that could potentially result in suspension or expulsion, but they definitely don't have to. A responsible finding in these cases could impact a student's ability to be a part of the university. In terms of resources and support, we do offer presentations in classroom settings, as well as for student organizations to talk more about what it means to be part of the community. We also offer hearing advisors for students going through the conduct process. We understand that it can be challenging having these conversations or getting in trouble. Hearing advisors are faculty and staff members here at Northeastern that are trained on our process and that can serve as a support and resource for students who are going through the conduct process. When we meet with students, we try to get to know them as much as we can to better understand what they need, and we can offer whatever support and resource that we can provide for the student. And lastly, here's our contact information. We are located just upstairs in 204 L Hall. Please feel free to call us, email us, or stop by for any questions or concerns, or if you need any additional information. And with that, I am going to turn it over to Northeastern University Police Department. Thank you all so much, and welcome.
Yeah, sure. I'll do my best. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sergeant John Farrell from Northeastern University Police Department. I want to thank the Orientation Office for allowing us to have some time with you today. It's very important that we do that. I've done this talk a number of times, and it never gets easier. I always get really nervous, especially when I look out and I see that every single chair is full. That makes me a little nervous, but it's also a great feeling to see Blackman Auditorium full again. We went through so many months with limited people around here, and it just wasn't the same. And now that things hopefully are going back to some more normalcy with regard to just regular student life, it's so good to see you all back. So welcome. There we go. I was just thinking, this is my 21st year here. I've seen a lot of different changes. I've raised, my wife and I have raised 3 daughters. That's kind of, let me lose it. It's kind of why I look the way I do, having raised 3 daughters. 2 of them had the pleasure of going here. One graduated last December from CAMD, and the other one's here now. And I absolutely love this community. I'm excited about it. I think you're going to love it too. So I just want to spend some time talking to you today about the services that we offer so that you can take care of yourself, but especially both Christina and Miriam mentioned how we hope that you look out for each other. So there's been a saying in my family that ferals take care of each other. And that's all I hope my kids grow up and understand. Ferals take care of each other, and we still say that all the time. And it's our hope. We've used different phrases up here today, but I just hope Huskies take care of each other. And one of the best ways you can take care of each other is just spending a few moments today, just listening to the services that we have, taking down the numbers that we have, take your phones out, download apps, things like that. So my boss was up here today and yesterday speaking to your family just to let them know about the services that we have. And that's, I know many years ago when I was 18, 19 years old, I didn't really spend too much time thinking about my safety. I just wanted to go to school and have fun and be with my friends. Just do it for them. Do it for them. Your parents are nervous. You can't help. When you become a parent, you'll realize you can't help but always be worried about the ones you love, especially your children. So just what I'd ask of you is just give them a little time today to learn about who we are, what we offer, so that you can keep yourself safe and keep those that you care about and the friends that you make here, keep them safe. So a little bit about us. We're one of the larger police departments in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Show of hands, who are my Massachusetts Huskies here? There's got to be a few. All right. Commonwealth representing. I like it. Very nice. All right. So Northeastern University police officers go to the same police academies as the men and women that patrol your streets and towns. So we get the same training and sometimes additional training. And so we're police officers. You have a police department here at your service 24/7. And again, we're a pretty large police department. There's about 70 sworn police officers that work around the clock. And we have, in addition to that, we have our community service officers, whom you'll see on all different shifts. They provide safety escorts, they answer the phones, they dispatch for us, they do a whole bunch of things. So pretty big department. Most of us are emergency medical technicians. There's a financial incentive to be an emergency medical technician. Inside of all our cruisers are med kits, automatic external defibrillators, oxygen in some cases, and we're available to help you with any type of medical emergency. I'm going to talk a little bit more as to why I'd want you to call us if you had a medical emergency or even a minor issue. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. An investigations unit, detectives that follow up on cases and provide special services. I run an engagement, the community engagement unit. I'm very proud of that. And a little bit more about and I'll talk about engagement and how important it is as a cornerstone to what we do. I'll talk about that in a little bit. An emergency management office whose full-time job it is to plan and prepare for any type of an emergency that could beset our community. What would we do? What messaging will we get out? What departments here at Northeastern will we need to contact? What departments and agencies in the city of Boston will we need to call to assist us with that? Well, very important. Many of you will travel abroad during your studies. The NUN folks that are here, you got a pre-departure orientation from our International Security Office. If and when you do travel abroad to do a research sabbatical or part of your co-op, our International Security Office, which falls under the umbrella of NUPD, will make sure that you're prepared for that trip, and that if anything should happen on that trip, we can help you be safe and secure the whole time. And a professional standards unit that makes sure that we are trained as best as we possibly can be. We are accredited, nationally accredited. That's the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. It's a national accreditation, which we're very proud of, and it's very difficult to get, but it's very important to our chief, who is taking the selfie front and center there. It's very important to Chief Davis that we have the absolute best training. Chief Davis and Deputy Chief Galino not only want us to be the best college and university police department, they want us to be the best police department in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And that's a tall order, and those are big shoes to fill, but we're honestly trying to do it each and every day. And so we have police officers, as I've told you, community service officers, and you probably noticed that we have a whole bunch of contract security officers that are in booths that are by crosswalks, high pedestrian areas, in our parking garages. If you ever had an issue, you could always go up to one of them and say, I need help. They'll get on the radio and talk to us. And go ahead a little bit from one of our students.
Which is something that I was looking for as a student. It's really nice when an NUPD officer will come to the floor meeting, kind of give their perspective and their role, what they can do for our residents, their presence in general on campus, to have that kind of perspective and have our residents be able to put names and faces to officers and know that their presence doesn't necessarily have to be just about policy enforcement, that our officers, our detectives genuinely care about who we are and what we're doing at the university here, and I think that that's, again, really special.
There's a hearty Go Huskies for you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I can get up here and say, I can say just how great we are and all that, but that would fall on deaf ears. When it comes from one of you, that's where it means the most to us. And I can assure you she was not compensated for that. So a little bit more about what we do, how we utilize technology. You might notice that outside the buildings, hopefully you'll notice them now, inside the tunnel system, in our garages, there are emergency blue light phones. You see a blue light. At the bottom of that blue light is an old school hardwire phone, but that's in the event that your phone was lost, stolen, it's not working, and you need to get in touch with us. You just go up to one of those boxes to get in touch with us. We provide a safety escort for you from point A to point B, anywhere within the footprint of where you travel and where you live. And it doesn't matter what time of the day or night, you just call that number on the lower right-hand side that ends in 2121, and you just say, could I get a safety escort from this point on campus to that point on campus? Thank you. We'll be there in a few minutes. We'll take you there and get you home safe. Utilize it. It's a very underutilized service that we offer. Closed circuit television systems all throughout. We monitor those and look at high foot traffic areas just to make sure you're safe. Defibrillators, a vast system of fire and security alarms. 24/7 coverage. You'll see police officers on foot, on cruiser, and on bike patrol. Now, most numbers at Northeastern are 617-373. You'll notice that there's two numbers for Northeastern Police. One is just for normal business, non-emergency situations. You had something lost or stolen, you need an escort, you have a question, call that 2121 number. If you have an on-campus or very, very near campus emergency, any type of situation where you'd normally dial 911 back home, it's then that I want you to dial that number that ends in 3333 and not 911, not 911. And the reason behind that is our dispatchers are going to ask you the same question that a 911 dispatcher would ask you. Where are you and what's the emergency? The emergency, you know what the problem is, but we don't always know exactly where we are. And we don't expect you to know the physical address of the L building. There's almost 100 buildings on campus, and they all have their own distinct address. Our community knows them by the names that we've given them: Shillman Hall, Krensman Quad, Sculpture Park, things like that. And so if you call us, we know exactly where that is, and help is on the way. A police officer, an EMT, right? If you dial 911, they're going to say, where's Blackman Auditorium? And you're going to say, it's at Northeastern. Quick, my friend's turning blue. He's not breathing. And they're going to say, hold on. I got to get in touch with NUPD to find out exactly where that is. When you have an emergency, seconds count. So call us. We're en route. If we need EMS, if we need Boston Fire, if we need other police agencies, We'll get them. Don't worry. Call us first and get into that habit. If you're off campus, you dial 911. Now this, I know we have NUN people here. I know some of you have downloaded this already, but just give me a minute to try to explain what this app is and how very excited we are to have it. It's called the Safe Zone app. The only people that can download the app are people who are affiliated with Northeastern if you have a Husky email address. When you hit the icon after you have successfully downloaded it, you can go to Google Play, you can go to the App Store. That's how your phone's going to populate with 3 big easy buttons, and there's another feature on there I'll talk about in a second. Press that blue help button that is simply going to dial that number that ends in 2121. That's it. It makes it real easy for you. It just simply dials the number for you. If you press the green first aid button, that's going to dial the 2121 number, but you're letting us know that the reason why you're calling is medically related. It's not a medical emergency per se, but it's medically related. You cut your finger, you might need a stitch. You rolled your ankle, maybe it's sprained, maybe it's broken. You might need a ride, you need it wrapped up with ice, something like that. We're going to send an EMT. If you press the red emergency button, that's going to dial the number that ends in 3333, and help is on the way, all right? Whether it's police help, EMS help, something like that. With the green first aid button and the red emergency button, not only are you dialing us and you're talking to us, but you're letting the dispatcher know, and every on-duty patrol officer who's equipped with a special phone know exactly where you are within the geo footprint of the campus. Pretty cool, huh? Not bad. All right? And the feature up, so if you don't know where you are, we can see you, right? And help's on the way. Up in the top right-hand corner, it's a check-in button. Now, that can be used in a couple of ways. Let's say you're studying late in a building. Many of you are going to be in laboratories, right? Working late. Just by the nature of labs, you have to do that. But you're kind of creeped out because there's not a lot of people in the building and you're a little nervous. Press the check-in button. You're showing us it's you and it's where you are. And we only know where you are when you want us to know. I promise you, we're not following you. All right? So you're showing us, here I am. You're not calling us. We're not calling you. You're just showing us that you're there. You can call for a safety escort to get from point A to point B, or you can press that check-in button, and we'll watch you traverse across campus. When you get to where you are, you just simply tap the button, and it checks you out. It's a great feature. So a brief clip coming up here. It's the intro to a longer video. You'll see the bit.ly link on the bottom of it for the longer video. So this is just the intro to the video and how the services work. I'm proud to say that I wrote it, I directed it, I produced it. I even have a small acting role in it. When I tell you that this is some of the finest acting you will ever witness, that is not hyperbole. So just get ready for this awesome clip.
Did you guys download the Safe Zone app yet? Absolutely. What's Safe Zone? What? Safe Zone?
See what I mean?
It's a free
That's
cloud-based
me.
mobile app providing the Northeastern University Police Department with the capability of responding to geolocated reports of emergencies, non-emergencies, and minor medical alerts.
Safe Zone is user-friendly, and it's an additive safety tool that provides enhanced response capabilities to Northeastern's first responders.
This video will give you a basic understanding of the main features of the Safe Zone app and how it can be useful in providing you, the Northeastern affiliate, with safety and security assistance.
I'm humbled. No staff members were hurt in the making of this film. Your parents, when they were here, the obvious question is my son safe here? Is my daughter safe here? Yeah, right? Well, you are. If you become familiar with the services that we have, and if you look out for one another, you're going to be fine. And I want to tell you a little bit about the frequent crimes that we have here. That's me putting on the gun show over there on the right, just in case you wanted to know. The most frequent crimes we have, and you want to feel safe within your community, knowledge of what those are helps you prepare not to be victimized. Knowledge of what those crimes are helps you prepare not to be victimized. Sorry for the grammar. They are thefts, they are crimes of opportunity, and the theft of unattended property is the biggest problem that we have. The theft of unattended property. You all carry, sir, would you hold up that item right there in front of you? You right there. No, not a coat, not the coat. The other one right there. Yeah, the thing. Hold that up high, my friend. That is a backpack. This is a smart group. Inside those backpacks are what? Laptops, tablets, wallets. Inside the wallet is cash, credit cards. There's tablets in there. This is a thieves' paradise, right? We are an open community. So people are welcome to come to Northeastern. They're welcome as your guest. They're welcome to eat in our student center. They're welcome to attend a public lecture. But it also invites an element onto our campus that are looking for those opportunities. Don't leave your stuff unattended at any place. Don't save a seat at the student center by leaving all your stuff out there and going to the bathroom or going to buy a slice of pizza. Ask a trusted friend to watch it, or take it with you yourself. All right? And these are the big money items, right? And we will help you register those items as well. I'm going to plug, I know everybody and their brother during this orientation is plugging social media. I'm going to be no different than that. So at Northeastern PD, here's an example of how we use social media to keep you safe.
One of the most prevalent crimes we have here on campus is theft of unattended property. When you look around this campus, there are no walls. Stuff like cell phones, laptops, notebooks, and backpacks, if you leave it unattended, it'll be gone in seconds.
She is obviously not a husky. Here's another campaign that we have, Don't Leave It Unattended. If we could play that, technical folks, thank you. Oh, wait, I just did play that. What are you talking about, Farrell? Here's the next one. Oh, I beg your pardon. Here's the next one to help you smatten up huskies. That's how we Massachusetts folks say it. Do I press play? What do I do? Hold on, here we go. Class of '82 here, sorry folks. The technicians are swearing at me right now. Can somebody press play, anybody? Oh, thank you. Give them a round of applause, will you? There we go. I don't feel so bad.
Hey, everybody's got to take a power nap every now and then between classes. We get that, but you got to be smart about it. You see, people are looking for opportunities to take your stuff. So you can't give them opportunities to take your stuff. Like this kid. She's taking a nap, but she's got her arm through the strap and she's leaning on the backpack. If somebody went to take it, she would know about it. Now this kid, on the other hand, his bag is easy pickings. Nap smart, Huskies.
I thought of that hashtag myself. I did. Okay, you all now have a portal, a My Northeastern portal, and when you filled out information to become a Husky, you had to fill out your emergency contact information. And with that emergency contact information, Uncle Sam, the United States government, says that we have to have at least two things in place for our community. We have to have an alert system in place and a timely warning system in place. Very rare do we send out what's actually called an alert, an NU alert. And why very rare? Because it's only at a time when there's a confirmed emergency that is happening on campus, and we just want to get that message out to tell you either to stay locked in or go outside or avoid this building because there's a fire or something like that. That's when you would get an alert. A timely warning would just be maybe an emergency that very well could happen to us because it could be a strong weather pattern that came in or something like that. In addition to that, we do advisories. These are just targeted messaging that is done to help us as first responders. Let's say there's an accident on Huntington Avenue and we want to avoid foot traffic in that area. We'll ask you to avoid it, and you're happy to get it because you can avoid it and not be late for class or anything like that. So, and we'll also post those on social media as well, okay? And then we do things like we register your property, okay? And registering your property helps protect your property. So a couple of things. If you go to that bit.ly address, you can do 95% of the registration process. You can register your bike, you can register your electronic equipment like your tablet or your laptop. And then all you have to do is come and see us, and we'll put the decals on there for you. And if you look at the example on the end, that goes onto your laptop. Thieves know what this is, and they know that if they steal your laptop with that thin metal plate that's on there. It's going to be very difficult to get off. It's going to scratch the heck out of the surface of your laptop or your tablet, and the resale value of it is going to plummet. And we give that to you for free. It costs us money, but it protects your property. You still don't want to leave it unattended. If it is found, though, there's a way to get it back to you, because we're going to call you and let you know where your property is. And this is also an opportunity for us to engage with you. I mentioned before, I'm in charge of a unit called Community Engagement Unit. Every single officer, whether they're sworn or not, everyone that works at Northeastern Police is charged by our chief and our deputy chief of police to do not only the bare minimum, not just answer the radio when there's a problem, but go above and beyond. There aren't always problems all the time. So when things are relatively quiet, right? It's our job to engage with you. It's our job to start conversations with you, to be more than just a reactive police force. We recognize that there are communities across our country where there is a problem in the relationship between police and the community that they're sworn to serve and protect. And all we're asking from you is hear us that we hear that and we recognize that, and the onus is on us to do our best to help that relationship and build a strong relationship with you, because we need your eyes and ears. We need you to feel like you can trust us to bring your issues to us. And that's the only way we're gonna have a safe and secure community, and that's the whole purpose of this. So we offer programming like free self-defense classes. Our Aim to Prepare programming teaches you a whole variety of different things that you can do. And so please reach out to us, follow us on social media, look to see what we offer you as an opportunity to become not frightened in the big city, but empowered in the big city. Okay, that's my contact information right down there, Sergeant John Farrell. That's my boss. You can call him and tell him I did a good job, because you never know. Social media, we're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Northeastern PD, at Northeastern PD. When I get back to the station, I hope to see hundreds of new followers and likes. And please, because I really could use friends. So thank you, and go Huskies. Are we doing Q&A? Yeah, okay. So your orientation leaders are telling us that if you have any questions for Res Life, for the Office of Student Conduct and Conflict Resolution, or NUPD, they'll be happy to come up with a mic and you could ask that question and we'll do our best to answer it. Right here.
So with the sticker on the computer, say
Yep.
you want to like upgrade your computer and exchange it for a new one, and you have to remove that sticker.
Oh, so
with
you mean
that,
if you're going to change ownership?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent question. So when that goes on there, it's not coming off. So you're thinking, well, what if I want to give it to my little brother and I want to get a new laptop, or I want to sell it or something?
Yeah.
All you have to do is the owner, use your email address to contact them. They'll know it's you because you're using what you put in the system as your contact information, and you just give them the new owner's contact information, and now they have a used but a protected device for as long as that device it still works. So it could be 6 years from now, you're graduated making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you still have a laptop regardless of where you move in the world, either you or the person that you give it to or sell it to. Good question.
So even if you were to exchange it at the store?
At the store,
Would they be able to remove that themselves?
At the store, that might be an issue, but they could, if they want, they could sell an item that's registered, and you could just send it over to them. But I'd be happy to answer that question if you want to contact me. I'll try to find out. We must have did a really good job covering everything. You're hungry. You just want to get out of here. I get that. Any other questions for us? We'll be in the lobby for a little bit if anybody wants. Oh, there's a question.
We have
over
a
there.
question right here.
One question down here in the front.
When are we going to find out our LLCs? Because I haven't heard any information about that yet.
I didn't hear the question. Could you repeat that, please? I'm sorry. Could you repeat it, OL?
When
When are they going to find out what their LLC is?
Great question. So your living learning community will be shared with you likely early next week. So we're just waiting on a little bit more information from our housing team, and then you'll be getting information about that early next week from the person leading that community.
We have another question.
Is it the same for RAs? Like, we'll find out next week.
No, your RA should be reaching out shortly. You'll have a meeting with them on the 18th, so they'll be reaching out within the next couple of days to introduce themselves and share more about that meeting.
Everyone, I'm going to ask that you all remain seated because we are going to dismiss you for your small group discussions next. If no more questions, thank you, panelists, very much. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, at this time, if you could give a round of applause, we have 20 excellent student leaders that are going to take you into a small group discussion. Give them a round of applause. Students, come on in. Hello, students. Come on in. Don't be shy. So all of you have a group letter assigned to you. It's on your name tag. And we're going to do this in a slow, organized fashion. So those up in the balcony, just remain and listen to the door that I am dismissing the group through, and your group will wait for you outside. And so the very first group is A. We have Susie, who's going to exit through this side door. So everyone with an A up in the balcony, come on down. Susie will meet outside. Just literally go out the side door, follow Susie. She'll regroup outside. That's group A, exiting through the side door. Go ahead, Susie, you can exit. All right, Blackman staff, if you can open up those back doors for us, that would be appreciated. So the next group is B, and you're exiting through the back door. So everyone in group B, Katie, will take you through the back door. All of those in the balcony, you can meet Katie outside. That's group B, Katie. Exiting through the back door. These are all college specific, so you'll be meeting classmates within your college. Okay, everyone, Group C will be exiting through the side door. Group C. Sunny will be your orientation leader. That's Group C, exiting through the side door. So those in the balcony, come down, and through the side door, Sunny will meet up with you outside. Again, Group C is exit